Hello everyone, it's Ryan with Frontline Animal Removal. Today I'm replacing a ridge vent. There's the old ridge vent. There's some of the old ridge vent. This is a slot in the roof for the breathing. You might be wondering why I'm replacing the ridge vent. Well, let me show you. All this white here on the shingle, that's bat urine staining. This is bat droppings right there. So bats have been getting up under the ridge vent, and let me show you over here. The way this is installed is it doesn't fit tight. So you can see my pry bar, it just goes right up underneath the ridge vent and the bats are getting in. So bats have been getting up underneath this ridge vent for quite a while. We're going to take it off, we're going to put a new style on that fits tighter to the roof, and then we're also going to put a piece of screen underneath of it to act as a backup to prevent the bats from getting in. Here we have a section of the old ridge vent next to the section of the new ridge vent. This is the piece bats were getting up underneath. This is material from the bats that's bleached out. And this is a very good ridge vent as far as breathing. But right along here where you see my finger, this is the edge that has to seal perfectly to the roof, otherwise the bats can get up underneath. And what happens is if this lifts up at all, bats can slip in and they can squeeze right through here. Looks tight to me, but they can get through that. And then right in through here, there's no insect barrier. Well, this is the stuff we're going to put on. Now, this has a couple advantages over this material. First of all, the edge is segmented, so it can flex, curve, and bend to better fit to the profile of the shingles. And the other thing that's kind of nice about it, it's got this gauze material. So even if this edge here lifts up slightly, the bats crawling through, they're going to hit this and they're not going to be able to get through because bats can't claw or chew their way through anything. So if this raises up, no big deal. They can't go really either way, this way or this way, and they can't get past this. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put some screen under here, and that will keep the bats out as a backup device. And then the shingles will go on top right here. Okay everyone, we got our backup guard in place. So this would keep bats out all by itself, but we want to keep the bugs out and the rain out. So we're going to put the ridge vent on next. Up there we have our new ridge vent installed. It's nice and tight, it's got the screen underneath, no bats are going to get into it. Let me show you how they're going to get out. They're going to come out right here. The bats have been coming down and living in the soffit, and we took this board off, and when we took it off it was all full of bat guano and a couple dead bats. So what we did is we put a notch in the board, and this board's getting replaced because it has all this woodpecker damage. So we put a notch in it, added the bat tube, and this is where they're going to drop out. And when we come back and take the bat tube down, brand new board goes up. Look like we're never here.